YouTube, it's me. I'm Liz. No, I'm just watching a YouTube myself. I'm watching something on YouTube, and it inspired me to come on and say hello to all of you and record something of my own because here's what I know to be true about building a business, right? Building a business is all about becoming the vision of you that builds a business. What? Surprise, surprise. That's what it is. Now, why is that so hard? And most coaches are not going to tell you, like I do, very directly, very bluntly, just calling a spade, because most don't want to do that, right? But here's why it's so hard because you have to change who you are in order to get the new results. There's nothing new about that either. If you stop and think about it, you are what you repeatedly do. So if you're trying to build a business and you are broke, then that is because what you're repeatedly doing is not generating income. How do we change that? What is the magic ingredient, the missing thing, the thing you're probably searching and searching and searching for, and that might have got you to my channel? Here's what you do. You create a plan. Now, I'm always going to tell you to create a plan. I spent years and years and years in corporate creating plans. And if I wasn't creating plans for them and big ass corporates, I'm doing it for startups because here's why. We need to row the boat in the same direction. If we've got 52 things going in 52 directions, where do you think you're going to get? Chaos, right? And I'm not suggesting that you've got a big team and there's 52 members, although that was the case. But for me, building businesses. But when it's just yourself, I want you to think of it this way. You've probably got 52 thoughts running around in your head. You've probably got many ideas that you want to execute on. You probably are thinking, should I do this or that or this or that instead of this and that, by the way, but that's a conversation for another day. And what I want you to understand is the following. When you're juggling all of the balls, very few of us can keep them all up in the air and perform at a high enough level to get it done. Most of us in the beginning are better off putting the balls down, picking up one ball and executing on it. A plan is what allows you to focus and do that. A plan also will tell you ahead of time where you're going. These are comfortable things. These are confidence things. These are things we want to know. And then this is why I insist upon it for my clients inside my club. This is the thing that for me is the difference that makes the difference. If you have said, I'm going to get here by this date, we then track it, right? We can see what you're doing, and it becomes pretty obvious to us, me and you, I'm in your business with you if you work with me, that we're not going to get there because we're not doing what needs to be done. We've fallen back into the broke way of being, which is normal because that's what you've practiced and practiced and practiced. So why have that plan? Because it tells us ahead of time. It tells us, oops, we're falling back to the old us. We're doing the old things. We should be doing this, but we're actually not. So let's figure out what's broken. And by broken, I don't mean you're broken. What I mean by broken is a system or a process has not worked. So if you're supposed to be reaching out to people in follow-up and you're not doing it, it's because the system you need to use isn't there or it's broken. Broken could mean, because maybe you're a bit more like me, you're introverted and you find small talk really, really difficult, and you don't know what to even say to these people. Plus, you might have different beliefs. I have a very strong belief about coaching. Coaching has to be your idea always, can't be mine. I can't lead you, if you're the horse, figurative horse, and I lead you to water, I cannot make you drink. You have to drink for yourselves. So I don't have a very good mindset when it comes to the follow-up because it has to be your idea to get coaching. But here's the problem with that. Maybe that's part of the broke pattern. When you join programs or you come in and you get pitched and you think, shit, I want to do that, but you don't. Your decision making is flawed. It lets you down, so you don't step in. If somebody like me doesn't come talk to you about that and follows up with you about that, how do you break free of the broke system to get to the profitable one? Like I said, doesn't mean you're broken. It means we need to evolve, decide, create something that will work for you. And here's the thing I want you to all think about when you were kids. Everything was new and everything you did was probably something you hadn't done before. So you were in the habit of doing that. And then as we get older and more entrenched, we get used to a certain way of doing things, thinking, and being. When we create something we've never had before, we have to adopt the childlike ability to move past all of our fears into doing something new and accept that our body is going to tell us this doesn't feel good. Won't feel good the first time. Get to 100. I have a little rule about the power of 100. Get to 100 times and you're a different version of you. Whatever that broken way of being was is now fixed 100 times. And you're now incorporating that. And then we'll find something else in your plan that you're not executing that we can fix and address and move you forward. That is the true progress. That's what we need to do. So, why am I here? Because something that I see all of the time is content creation, and I struggle with content creation, not because I haven't got a lot of things to say and a lot of ways to help you, because I do, but to sit down and actually record something, my brain brings up all of the things. So why am I here now? Because I was watching the YouTuber, see, I'm circling back, and I'm inspired, not by necessarily the content, but the fact he regularly puts content up. And some of it's the shittiest content on the planet, but he's committed to the process, and that incites, inspires, and motivates me. And that is part of fixing a broke way of being, right? So what would be my system or process when I need to get content out there and I'm dithering and dathering? Go watch something to get into that inspiration, record it, upload it, and wacko diddly-o, we are moving from the broken business way of being into the profitable way of being. No matter what level you're at, there's always something to work on. So whether you're just starting out, whether you've just hit your first 10K month, whether you're doing 6 figures every year, whether you're on your way to 7, it does not matter. This, unfortunately, is one of the consistent things that we get to work on. So I hope that was helpful. Go get inspired. Get a plan. If you don't have a plan, right below, say plan, and I'll hook you up with a way to get one. And don't worry, I'm not going to pitch you into the club. It's got to be your idea, but I will give you a document that walks you through it and some training that walks you through it. All right, I will catch you on the next one. Hope you're having a fabo day. Bye, YouTube.